Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from asortofinterestinglife.com, and this is one of these new quick episodes that I'm trying to post to these random boat life videos. So today we are at this rather interesting bridge we'll take a closer look at in a moment, but I set out a little bit earlier to head down the canal and just scout out a few miles of canal and where I might moor up over the next couple of days. In the end I ended up walking about 6, maybe just a little bit further miles to Whitchurch. So I get to Whitchurch and I'm like, hang on, I've just found myself in the middle of a 12 to 14 mile walk. So I have got myself, obviously, a can of Coke there, got myself cheese and onion pasty, 2 lovely caramel slices, and, well, let's enjoy a little bit of the random scenery. And also, where I am currently, you might see we've got all of these classic mushrooms popping up everywhere. Right, this is me having me dinner. Let's get away from this farm machinery that's coming our way, harvesting goodness knows what over there, and let's enjoy a few more scenes from the canal. True classic fashion, as soon as I stopped recording that introduction, whatever that piece of machinery over in the fields there was, vanished, and we are sat here eating our lovely caramel slices in perfect silence with a very distant road and a few birds scattered about somewhere up there. At this point we're now looking back up to that wall that I was sat on, and as you can see here once again, it's that little stile to get up to the bridge itself, and also those now famous mushrooms. So climbing over here, we are rejoining the Shropshire Way for a very short part, and by short part I mean literally just these few steps up to look at the bridge. And then the Shropshire Way is one of these very long paths that carves its way all over the place through fields and across roads and across the canal, as seen in this case. There's your little sign to point you in which direction to go. At that point it's obviously telling you straight ahead over the bridge, and then on the other side there's arrows that point you up in which direction you want to head in the fields. That's mainly for overseas viewers who may not be familiar with the incredible footpath network of Great Britain. So as you can see, this is not the usual sort of bridge, the little humpback stone bridges, which we'll be seeing plenty of, don't worry. But I just thought I wanted to try and do more of these random little videos, just showing more of the scenery and hopefully giving a glimpse at more of what I get up to with my days. And again, this was intended to be just a few miles walk, no more than an hour there and back in total. But of course it doesn't always work out like that, and after I'd walked a certain distance I thought, you know what, I might as well just carry on up into Whitchurch, and that's what happened. Now these are the sorts of little things that I quite like. I'll post a link in the description to a very similar video but on a grander scale, but I like when nature starts to reclaim some of these old brick buildings, and you can see where weeds and grasses and little plants have pushed their way through the brickwork. There's a place by Oswestry where I'm from called Glamvorder Hall, and it's an old mansion that basically was let go to ruin, and it's amazing to see how nature has completely engulfed all of the old walls and all sorts, but link to that in the description. This is the lift bridge that famously from my first book, The Narrowboat Lad, when I tried to do this on my own, it was the first lift bridge I had ever worked on my own. I accidentally got myself stuck on the far side while the boat was on this side and tried to run and jump it, and well, let's just say that I almost made it but didn't quite make it. So that was definitely a lesson well learnt and a mistake not repeated since. Here's more of the classic humpback bridges you expect from the canal. I'll say on this trip, as at the very end of this video you'll see, I was very surprised to notice, considering it's only the start of September, that there were an awful lot of leaves coming off the trees in Whitchurch Town Park. Lovely little place is old Whitchurch. Anyway, I think on this note I will start to wrap things up and say thanks for watching. I want to try and do more of these random little videos. I know this is 5 minutes and hardly the shortest video ever, but ultimately I want to try and get more footage and more little videos like this out. Feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos for loads of proper boaty videos, and of course feel free to add me personally on Facebook and Twitter, as well as like the Facebook page for all sorts of photos and boaty life updates. And of course, check out my books for the Kindle, The Narrowboat Lad, The Narrowboat Lad Living the Dream, and The Narrowboat and a Notebook, £1.53 each. Have a fantastic day, keep it canal side, and I will see you around soon. Farewell.